So I'd like to say good afternoon to everybody. My name is Adelu Akiemi, and I am hosting the platform on which we are speaking today. Today is the last day of.
You went off. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Temi Tokwe Akiemi. I think CM just went off briefly, but I think he already started introducing me and the role I'll be playing this afternoon. And I'm representing the medical team by any means. What I'll be sharing with you today, which a number of us are already using, is not the work of one person, it's the work of a team of people who over time, have put together the documents that will be valuable in helping us be able to engage our clients, our customers, and the people that we relate with as far as the reader range of products are concerned. So my work today is to expose to you those materials so that you can save them, so that we can have them handy. In fact, some of us can print them, depending on how we, how best we work. So, so I'll be showing us those documents this afternoon to be enabled so that I can share my screen and people can have an idea of some of the documents that are available. Majorly, there are 5 major documents that we'll be dealing with. Okay, before I go ahead, I think I would like to acknowledge some of the people who have worked together on these documents over time. I would like to acknowledge, of course, our very own delectable Dr. Fumi Aino, ever ready, ever on board, ever giving. Yeah, she's a key part of the team. I would like to appreciate
Thank you
as well, Mr. Adelu Akiemi. Yes, ma. Yeah, highly appreciated. Ma. Okay, I would like to appreciate Mr. Adelu Akiemi as well, who even though he doesn't have a medical background, but he has poured himself into knowledge and is as much an authority as a number of people who even went to school to study medicine or stuff like that. Okay, so we appreciate you, Mr. I was muted, sir. I think I'm back now. Yeah, so can I go on?
Yes, please go on.
Okay.
Okay, great. But wait, okay, give me a second. Let me mute all so that you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we're back now. Yes. So Mr. Adelu Akiemi, yes, I was saying thank you very much and well done. And I'd like to say that what we have today are reviewed, yes, sir, are reviewed copies of this document. And we don't have any intention of resting on our oars, yeah? As far as these documents are concerned, we intend to review them from time to time as people evolve, as things evolve, yeah, we intend to review them. So we are open to ensuring that part-time people's health remains our priority, and so that we can maximize the opportunities available with us in this business. Okay, so I'll be sharing the documents with us very, very quickly. And the first one I'll be sharing with us is the dosage and usage documents. Now, I'd like to say something very briefly about that. From time to time, there are some questions that people ask. And please pardon what I'm about to say now. Sometimes when people ask those questions, I cringe. Please don't mind me. Yeah. Questions like, how does a person who has BP use reader beaters? How does somebody who has dysmenorrhea, that's painful menstruation or hormonal imbalance, how does she use reader? Please note that the purpose of this usage and dosage document is to give us an overview of how to use the reader range of products based on about 2 or 3 key matrices, Okay, there's no difference between how somebody who has dysmenorrhea and how somebody who has kidney issues. There's no difference in dosage averagely. The major determinant in the dosage that people would use has to do with their body weight and their age. Age and body weight are two key matrices that are considered in designing the dosage document. And Dr. Diron is not here. He was also involved in putting together the dosage, the usage and dosage document. Okay, so we carefully met over a period of a lot of back and forth and all of that to put together this document, and I'll be sharing it with you very, very quickly. Okay. Maybe I should stop using this. Okay. Yeah. So I'll be sharing with you the document right away. I'll be sharing with you this document and we'll take a look at it, what's available and what is possible. So I mentioned earlier that age as well as body weight are two key factors to be considered when choosing dosage for the reader range of products. Okay, so I'll be going right away into the usage and dosage documents. Just give me a minute as I gradually do that. Doing that right away. Okay, if you can see my screen, please let me know if you can see the screen. Yeah, if you can see the screen, please type yes, you can see the screen so that I can go ahead. Okay, cool, fantastic. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, so we have the usage and dosage document here. And, just like we have here, it says in order to ensure that the users of the reader range of products use a dosage that is right for their body weight, their age and health condition, and therefore get the best value, management and relief of their health issues, the reader medical team has put together a usage and dosage document, and that's what we have today. Now, except for really life-threatening cases, yeah, maybe the person has lost a lot of weight, maybe the person is on a lot of medications, except in those cases, averagely weight and age are standard in determining the standard dosage of products for the reader bitters, the research supplements, and the different range of products. Okay, so the idea of this document is what we have here. It says for all ages and health conditions, everyone who uses the reader herbal bitters should drink a glass of water after use. Now, this document does not just tell you about dosage, it tells you about how to use it. Sometimes people who have a history of ulcer, or who have ulcer currently could experience some heartburn or some pain in their tummy after taking it. So, and we also realize that when they dilute the reader bitters in water, averagely, they get much faster and better results with it. Okay, so we encourage people, I personally encourage people, ensure that after taking the reader bitters, if you are not diluting it, ensure that you take a glass of water after use. For people who are even ulcer patients, they could take water before use, especially if their tummy is currently empty. They can take a glass of water before use, dilute it, and use water afterwards. Now, there's a standard dosage that we recommend, for adults. I recommend adults to take it twice a day on the average, 10 to 20 meals, 1 hour before breakfast, and 10 to 20 meals, 1 hour after dinner. The idea is we don't encourage people to take it on an empty stomach and to have it on an empty stomach for too long. Yeah, we encourage people to try and eat not long after they have taken the product, or take it not long after they have eaten, okay, so that they can work maximally well. And then for children, we recommend, of course, like people who have gone through documents can see, the minimum age we recommend for use is 4 years. Okay, and dosage, we have 4 to 10, 5 meals, 3 times a week, because they're still young and their systems are still developing. And ages 11 to 14, 5 meals, 2 times daily. Okay, and then we have another category of people who are the elderly.
who have a standard recommended dose. Okay, because we know that when a person becomes older, as the person becomes older, the body systems become a lot more sensitive. Okay, it's no longer the same. Okay, there's some sort of degeneration happening, as it were. The body is not as strong as it used to be. So we encourage people who are the elderly. And we had some back and forth to define who the elderly people are. Yeah, we eventually arrived at age 65 and above. You know, we have some people here who are 66 and they are not elderly. They are babes and guys. So it's not, I was not the one that chose the 65. Please don't ask me who chose the 65, okay? Yeah. So, but I mean, we had to arrive at this age 65 for, you know, after a lot of back and forth. Don't mind me. So we usually recommend that for the elderly, they take 10 meals twice daily. Yeah, that's our usual recommendation. And then I don't know whether for, yeah, is there, yeah, babes are 65, correct. That's it. I can't be calling them elderly for what? I don't agree. Okay. Okay. I was going to say that I hope that's very, very young people. Exactly. Babes. Exactly. Yeah. Like my mom used to say when she used to call herself never been touched. After being a grandmother, she says she has never been touched. That one too is nice. All right. So because we have a lot of documents to go through, I encourage us to go through this document. I mean, from what I've shared with you so far, you can see that we went into detail. We considered every demography to be able to recommend usage and dosage. So I will not be able to, because of time, go through all the documents. But I mean, take a look at what we have here. So we have for capsules, we have for variants, and we encourage people. Let me just talk about this one before I move to the next document. We encourage people for best results. Reader variants should be taken along with the reader bitters or capsules. You know, sometimes before I used to have my way, but I realized that people can really be stubborn. Yeah, sometimes they tell you that what they want is they've not had an erection for some time, and what they want is a reader fire. Don't talk to me about the reader bitters. I don't want the reader bitters. What I want is the reader fire. Now, in those kind of situations, you need to put a word out there to let them know that for best results, reader variants should be taken along with the reader bitters or capsules. Okay, taking the variants alone will limit the desired results. Okay, even if they go ahead and decide to take the reader variants alone, ensure that you have informed them of what I just shared with you now, that for best result is better. In fact, for me, I recommend that people should have taken the bitters for some time before they introduce the variants into the picture. Okay, ensure that you tell them that one, and then let it be their decision. Okay, that they are deciding that they will not do the bitters, they want to do only the variants. Okay, very important. Okay, so it means that every dosage that is stated below needs to include the use of the bitters once a day, either in the morning or at night, depending on how they prefer it. Some people like to take the bitters at night because they say it makes them sleep a lot better. So, I mean, depending on what works for them, they can choose morning or night. While the choosing variant is taken once a day as well. Okay. We encourage as well, because we also tell people to split it. Take variants in the morning or bitters at night, or vice versa. We encourage people not to take the bitters and variants together as a single dose. Okay, one in the morning and the other in the night. Now, before I go ahead, you know, I know there was a question in the FAQ group yesterday. Someone said, what is the implication? You know, sometimes we just want to ask you questions and say, okay, what is the implication of taking two variants and the bitters at the same time? I don't think I want to, of course, apart from the fact that I've heard some people talk about a few effects that they've had, which didn't look life-threatening, you know. But we are also very careful that even though we are talking about herbs, we also are very careful about what they call polypharmacy. Okay, polypharmacy is taking a lot of medications all together. Okay, we are very careful about that. And we want to also be able to, that's one, we want to be careful about that and the possible interactions. That's one. Two, we also want to be able to measure what exactly is working. Yeah, so that if, for example, I know that there are a lot of people who manage multiple health issues. Yeah, so somebody is obese. Okay, the person is obese. Almost naturally, the person would have many times the person would have high cholesterol, will probably have high blood pressure, sometimes diabetes. Some of those attendant things come with it. So the person altogether wants to take, and sometimes the person would have erectile issues as well as a result of the diabetes as well. So sometimes some people have multiple health issues, so they want to take the fat burner, they want to take the bitters, they want to take cleanser and now take fire. No, we encourage people to take it one at a time. I tell people sometimes if you are really, really in a hurry and you want to really just pack everything into your system, please don't do that. Ensure that you take it in 30-day tranches. Okay, take the bitters alone, morning, night for 30 days. Then introduce, depending on what you want to address first. If you believe that your weight that is contributing, which is what I tell people most times, the weight, once you can take the weight down, okay, some of those things can also begin to get addressed as well. So if you want to take another 30-day tranche, you add the fat burner to it and take that for 30 days. Then you can add the cleanser and all those kind of things like that. But for me, I would say that the best results, anything you want to address, do the 90-day plan and drill it all the way down, okay? Many times I tell people that it took you years to be where you are today, yeah? It took you years to be where you are today. All of a sudden, you now want to solve all the problems in 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. It doesn't work exactly that way. Exactly. Thank you, Tutu. Gradually is better. If we focus and you're patient, you get the desired results that you want. Yeah. Okay. So the 90-day plan for the reader capsules alone, of course, is 90 days. 1 to 2 capsules in the morning and night for 90 days. Of course, you can do the calculation. In a capsule bottle, we have 90. Okay, so 4 packs of the reader capsules. Okay, then the reader restore for women. We understand that for the reader restore, we have some people who experience increased bowel movements. It's a little too much for them. So we tell people to start it gradually. I've seen this work for a lot of people that I've worked with for the restore for women. I encourage them to take, depending on their weight, but there's a lady lately, she's really very petite. So I told her, do twice a week, 1 capsule, two times in a week after light breakfast. And after 2 weeks, she got back to me and said, oh, she's fine. I'm enjoying this thing, is really good. Can I increase it to 3 times? I said, okay, increase to 3 times and you're fine. She's trying to have a second baby. And it's working quite well for her. So we encourage people, start with twice a week. Yeah, some people are already fine. They take it every day and they're good. Okay, but if you have a very sensitive system, you can start with twice a week. Take it 1 to 2 capsules after a light breakfast, and then you take your bitters in the evening. Then the cleanser has 30 capsules in it. The cleanser is extremely effective, so you don't need more than 1 capsule in a day. Okay, so 1 capsule, if you want to choose to take it in the morning or at night, that's fine. The fat burner is 2 capsules. Either you take it in the morning or at night. Before, when people used to talk about the fat burner, I couldn't really take it because I've been the first time I took it to was get pregnant. One of the major things that they are told to do is to lose weight. So if someone is trying to take in and the person is big, just advise the person to take fat burner for 30 days and then go on restore with bitters for 90 days. It really works quite well. Okay. Okay. So yes, and then some people ask, this store, how do I know if I'm pregnant or during my ovulation? Do I stop taking restore? How does it work? Okay, we already have the answer here. Please note that once a woman suspects that she may be pregnant or she misses her period for 2 days, she's advised to go to do a pregnancy test. And these days now, all you need to do is to get a pregnancy strip. You don't even need to, by the time you do the pregnancy strip 2-3 times, you'll be able to establish if you're pregnant or not. Once you have confirmed that you're pregnant, please discontinue the use of all reader products except body wash, except So you can stop taking all the ones that you take orally, but please continue taking the one that is for external use. Okay, and the same thing for men who are also trying to lose weight and also have erectile dysfunction as well. They are also advised to take it sequentially. Okay, portion control, eating bitters and fire 30 days, bitters and fat burner 30 days, and bitter and fire for 90 days. And for people treating infection and who want to conceive, it is advised that they address both as well sequentially. Okay, the infection being top priority. Yeah, that's so important. Okay, anyone who has infection and has anything else needs to take the infection out of the way. You know, like a coach to when should you use Reader products? Is it product of choice for any health condition you desire to get better? So there's this standard question we get in FAQ group all the time. Like, okay, somebody that has this and that, what should the person use? Please note that the standard answer is the bitters. Then we can now think about adding something else. Any health condition for that matter. Let the person try the bitters for starters, okay? Try the bitters for, yes, so hand wash, sanitizer, correct? Okay, yeah. So, no, I wasn't talking about using bitters for any health condition, using sanitizer for any health condition. I was just reading the comments. Okay, so we recommend it twice daily use of Reader bitters for 2 straight weeks before introducing the variant is added, and the bitters is now used once while the variant is used once. What I said before is being repeated again, so that if you missed it the first time, this is a very detailed document. It's very detailed. Okay, so now let's run through what the different products are used for. Let's just run through it. Like on top of my head, I need to know what these things are used for so that I can, when something comes up, I don't have to buzz MI. I don't have to buzz anybody. I can answer that question on top of my head. So first is Reader Cleanser. Reader Cleanser is for detoxification and various kinds of infections. Reader Fire for men is for a wide range of male reproductive health issues, from erectile dysfunction, low sperm count, to low sperm motility, to prostate issues, different things that have to do with male reproductive health. It's Reader Fire for men. Reader Restore for women, hormonal imbalance, dysmenorrhea, and you don't even know what some of those herbs, those other supplements contain that are not present in this, and the possible interactions that may not go well with the body. So we encourage that people take one per time for best results. Okay, so very quickly, I'm going into the second document, and this second document I think is pretty much simple. It's pretty much simple because I took my time in the first document. I'll go to the second document just right away. Yes, I'm going to the 90-day plan. And what is the idea of the 90-day plan? The idea of the 90-day plan is before you can get to say, I have not experienced any positive effect from this thing I'm using. Any positive effect, I said, okay, any positive effect. Because sometimes people hear that, oh, somebody used this and it worked for A, B, C, D, E. But I've used it for 65 days and it worked for A and B alone, okay? Or before you can say that this is not effective for me, you need to have used this for starters for 90 days. And that's the essence of this document I want to share with us right now. I'm trying to share. I don't know why it's not trying to share that. Okay. Yes, I got it. Yeah. So I believe you can see the 90-day document. If you can see the document, please let me know that you can see it. Yeah. 90-day plan for taking reader and the variants. So, I mean, pretty much what I'm going to be talking about is how do I, when somebody comes to me, I'm not seeing anybody who's saying they can see it. Okay, yeah, they can see it. Okay, fantastic. Okay, now, there are two major reasons why we share this document with people, or why we share this concept with people. So that when people are asking you, because sometimes somebody says, okay, I want that you want, you need to use this for starters for 90 days. Yeah? Now, why do you say that? You are saying that so that you can absolve yourself of anything that may come up when people are not achieving the result that they desire within a month, within over a month, and those kind of things. And also, so that when people are buying it in piecemeal, sometimes people will say, 90 days, I want the one I can use for 30 days. You tell them, okay, you see some results in 30 days, but for best results, you need to use it for 90 days. And the person now says, oh, I don't have enough money to do that. You say, okay, it's fine, you can start with 30 days, but just have it in mind that what we want to, where we are going to is 90 days. So once the person is clear about that, you have no issues. You know, when the person comes back to you and says, okay, it's working small, but it has not finished working. So I told you now, we're going to 90 days. Yeah, if you can achieve the results in 30 days, you can be sure that, you know, if you use this consistently for 90 days, you're going to get amazing results. Okay, so like this document says, whatever health issues is being managed, we encourage people for 90 days. Now, why are we putting a time to it? We are putting a time to it so that people can make an initial commitment. Yeah, why are we not telling people that it's a lifestyle product for starters? Why are we not telling people it's a lifestyle product? Because there are people here who have used Reader for over a year, but you won't tell your customer who comes to you at first that no, you have to keep on using it too. That's not the point. Yeah, so you won't tell the person 90 days. After a person has used something for 90 days and they see the effect, nobody needs to tell anybody, okay, that this, even if I'm not using it every day after the 90 days, this is good for me. This is something I need to continue to use. Okay, so that's the idea. I want you to put a time to it. One, two, we want people to be able to, you know, measure as well and work towards something, you know, and be able to get hooked as it is to your product and see the value of it. And they will now become perpetual users or even distributors of the product. Okay, so we developed these documents based on the following products: the bitters, the capsules, fire, the restore, the cleanser, the fat burner, and the balm. Okay, those and these variants have given us the opportunity to recommend the products in different specialties of medicine and for lifestyle modifications as well. Okay, Reader Herbal Bitters on its own is a potent antioxidant. And that's why sometimes some people have just used the bitters alone for less than 30 days and they have amazing feedback to share. Okay, so we have this that is, you know, well represented in the carefully formulated bitters and the capsules. And what this now do is that they potentiate the effect of the variants. Because the variants are specific to health conditions, the bitters help to prepare the ground for the variants to target, you know, exactly where they're going. Okay, we have Dr. Diron sharing this is his favorite description of clavulinic acid potentiating the effect of amoxil to make it augmentin. I mean, today we talk about augmentin. It's a marriage of two products, you know, coming together, and augmentin works better. Amoxil is on its own, and people use it, but when people mention augmentin, they know that it's augmented, as it were. Okay, it's a combination, and that's how we recommend the bitters and the variants. Okay, together together is just better. Okay, as we go through the 90-day plan for bitters alone, somebody just comes to you and says, like an old friend of mine bossed me last week. Together is just better. Nobody's here. Okay, they're here. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, so like a friend of mine bossed me, it sounded a bit funny, but I mean, I think people get to that point in their lives. So he bossed me last week, or no, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago. He bossed me and said, I need something I can be taking every day, something that will make me to feel well. And I don't mind adding something to that will help me in the other room. I knew that what the person needed was really just bitters. So I just encouraged him to get a carton of the 250 mils. So I think we're 500 mils. To get a carton, I said that one will be fine for you for some time. And I added one fire to it. I said that fire, I can just be using that one like once a week just to spice up the environment. Yeah, so, but he really just needed something to detoxify and all of that. So for the 90-day plan for the bitters, for people like that who want to have general well-being, who want to have their immune system boosted, they just want to feel well, they want to feel better. Okay, just recommend the 90-day plan for them. Okay, so, and for that, another advantage of the 90-day plan is that it helps you to be able to put together what the person wants to buy. Okay, a 90-day plan for bitters is 1 carton of 250 mils or 1 carton of 500 mils. So that's easy for you to sell to anyone. People say, 90-day plan, that's 1 carton, no story. Okay, and for the capsules, the 90-day plan is 4 packs, 4 bottles of the reader capsules. That's 360 days, 90 days. Okay, 360 capsules, 90 days. Okay, and yeah, so let me just go. And of course, for the 90-day plan, we have already established that for every of the variants, we need to be taken with the reader bitters. So when we're talking about the 90-day plan for all the variants, we're assuming that it will be added to the reader bitters. So we're going to the other products right away. So for 90-day plan for the cleanser, that's 90 capsules, that's 3 cleanser packs for 90 days. Somebody asked you about cleanser, there are 30 capsules in it, 90 days is 3 bottles of the cleanser. Very simple. For the fire, it's 2 a day, and that's 180 capsules, and that's 3 packs of the reader fire. Okay, that it just makes it easy for you to be able to know, okay, what to recommend, how many bottles is good for 90 days, how many bottles is good for, it makes it very easy for you to do your business very quickly. Okay, and for the restore as well, it's 3 packs of restore for the 90-day plan. For fat burner, it's also 3 packs. It's only cleanser that is, in fact, cleanser is also 3 packs because it's 1 a day. So almost all of them is 3 packs, except the capsules, which is 4 packs. That's 24 bottles in 90 days. That's for the small bottle of the balm. If it's a bigger bottle, the person may not need more than 12 bottles in 90 days. Okay, we're talking about people who are using it very much for like arthritis and things like that. So that's important. So I mean, that's the general gist for the 90-day plan. We have a footnote at the bottom of that, which says if you notice any adverse effects after taking bitters twice a day in combination with the variant, remember that we spoke about this earlier as well. If you notice that this is a little too much for my system, yeah, across on most of the questions that people ask, and I believe that today this will be able to do justice and shed some good light to that question. Now, this document is one I'm very excited about, and I'm sure every member of the medical team is also very excited about this document because it just helps to answer a lot of questions. Yeah, I'm sure from time to time people ask, somebody has arthritis, what should the person use? If somebody has high blood pressure, what does the person use? Now, this A to Z of diseases and reader options answers or attempts to answer at least, I think I would just, if I'm trying to be conservative, maybe about 70 to 80% of existing diseases. I think 80%. I think I'll say 80%. Okay, so and if you want to try me, okay, yeah, you can try me towards the end, but I'm gradually rounding up. Okay, so I mean, and it's literally A to Z, guys. It's A to Z because it's starting from abdominal pain. That's AB. That's like the first disease ever, alphabetically. So we arrange them alphabetically. And yes, Mr. Latif, one of my regular customers on FAQ. Okay, so we have abdominal pain, aches, pain, and fever, and you can see the disease condition here. Then beside it is what the person can use. I'm sure you can see that. You can run through that. I mean, I can't run through A to Z. That's a lot. You can see that you can see A alone. A alone is not a joking stuff. Yeah, and then we move to B. Can you see that? Then we move to C. Can you see that? Then we have D. Then we have E. Then we have F, G, H. Can you see? I, infectious disease, inflammatory bowel disease, insomnia, insulin, blah, blah, blah. H, jaundice, jet lag, kidney stones, low back pain, measles, men's health, mental health. Can you guys see? It's like a lot. Nosebleeds, ovarian cysts, overactive bladder, panic attacks, prostate cancer, pneumonia, conjunctivitis, rabies, rash, STDs, skin cancer, stroke. Can you see this document? I mean, this is like the baba of all the documents. Okay, seriously, everyone in this class is going to become the people that others call to ask questions. Fantastic. I like that. Who knows? We may start charging for consultation. Who knows, guys? Who knows? Yes, so that's it. Okay, so I mean, you can see that, the SARS is even there. Severe acute respiratory syndrome. Can you guys see? Staph infection is there. Swine flu, tonsillitis. Can you guys see? Urinary tract infection, warts, weight loss, and then finally we have yeast infection. Okay, so if you guys want to try me today, can you mention any answers we read that? Can you mention any health issue? Let's look for it here. That's how I'm going to round up today's class. Yeah, that's how I want to round up today's class. Dr. C. That's it. Okay, mention any health issue. Let's try and look for it. I mean, let's do one or two of these exercises. Of course, I said earlier, it's not an exhaustive list. We will still add to it. But I mean, I want you to identify anything else that you think may not be in this list. Let's go back and go and fish it out. Prostate, I mentioned prostate just now. Let me fish it out. Diabetic and weight loss. All these ones are there now. Food tissue. They're all there. Can you see? Let me look for prostate. Can you see prostate? Prostate cancer, prostatitis. That one is enlarged prostate. Prostate cancer, prostatitis. Vertigo. Well, I'm coming. I will come there now. We will get it out. We will fish it out. Vertigo is not there. Vertigo is not there. Okay. Menopause. Menopause is there. PMS. Menstrual issues. Someone wants to cram up to 80. Okay, someone mentioned uterine issues here. Uterine seedlings. Yeah, there's uterine cancer. We have uterine cancer here. We have uterine cancer here. Stomach disorders, that one is there. Enlarged prostate is there. Filaria. Okay, vertigo. I've noted vertigo though. Low blood pressure. Low blood pressure. But I'm sure you can see that this document is quite exhaustive. Yeah. But it's not the final one. So hepatitis is there. So I mean, that's just to tell you that we have a good list of health issues here, and you can consult it before you come to ask the questions. Acne is there. Pimples is under A, is there. Acne, pimples is acne. ovarian cyst is there. The document is well packed. Thank you very much. Okay, so I mean, we're open, we're ready to add to the document to make it more robust and to attend to every available health issue. We are ready for you to ensure that you are well served. Okay, so finally, this afternoon, I would like to mention something very quickly, and that's the testimony documents. I'm sure if you are here, you must have seen the different collations of the testimony documents. But you know, one thing I realized is that we're not even doing justice to those documents. If you have testimonies, please share. Please share. Now, I mean, at the end of the day, this will go on to benefit every one of us. Okay, if you can't type, please do a voice note and push to the testimony group. We collate testimonies. Every testimony that comes to the group, we collate every day, and we put them together at the end of the month. We edit, we put it together in a well-designed, graphic, nice way, and we push it out to our contacts. You know, or we even take it to yourself as to your archive, so I can make reference to it when somebody asks, oh, has this been used for someone with this health condition before? You can make reference to it. So please note that when you're not making available your own testimony or the testimony of somebody who you have recommended the products to, you are robbing all of us of something that has the capacity to do us a lot of good. Okay, so I'm sure if you are here, you have seen the different collation of the testimonies all the way from, I think, February this year or so. We've been collating and putting them together as PDF documents for people to be able to use. Please make your testimonies available for the general common good. Okay, then we have the FAQ group. Before the end of today's class, I will put up the link for the Telegram FAQ group. We have become a lot. In fact, in the testimony group, I'm perceiving that, I mean, we're almost full in the second testimony group. We may need to open the third one or just move to Telegram, because we're really getting a lot of people getting added to the group. Okay, so please, I'll put the link to the FAQ group. But I believe that even after this class, we would have fewer and fewer questions being asked, because people will go back to those documents, they'll make reference to them, and when they're not clear, they'll come to the FAQ group. Do I have a promise from you guys that you're going to study the documents, you're going to use the documents, and you're going to make our work worth the while? Do I have a promise from you to do that? Do I have a promise from you guys? Okay, yes. Somebody says yes. That's good enough for me. One person says yes. I know the others are still going to say yes. Thank you very much. So that's my time. Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to serve. It's my pleasure to give the best I can. Thank you. Yes, Mrs. Dupe is already using it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, CM.
Thank you very much, Emma. Please, can we celebrate her? Please, that document is there for all of us to go through. And though you are saying yes, whether you say yes or you don't say yes, the exam you're going to write in a few minutes will test whether you are using the document or not. So please, yeah, get the documents and ensure that you are going through it. Okay. The link for the exam is hereby shared on the chat group. So for all those who came to class today, the link for the exam has been shared there. It is Herbal Quiz, bit.ly/Herbal Quiz. That quiz you need to answer in the next 4 hours. And then based on your results, it will determine the quality of scholarship you will get for getting your certificate. So this course will cost everyone who wants to be certified in it 10,000. But if you score above 81%, then you get a 50% discount so that you can pay 5,000. We're going to create a group for all of those who have done the exam so that they can put down their names and we can ensure that we're working and getting their certificates across to them. I'm going to leave a little room today for question and answers after this short comment.